Hello folks, welcome to Lester's. Bill in Missouri. This is your LC 2547. Okay, I don't have the face done up on it yet, but there's your LC 6404. Okay, and your talkback is in the back of the radio. Move to the back of the radio. This is your SP1 control. Okay. Here is the Deluxe Echo. I've done the Lescom upgrades. Upgraded your 1000 microfarad voltage regulator buffer cap from 1000 to 3300. The DC input buffer filter has been upgraded from a 1000 to a 4700. Okay, I did the, I don't know if you can even see it down there, but the 25 kilohertz wide filter has been upgraded to a 15 kilohertz wide filter. That's the buffer filter for the voltage input for the LC6404. And of course you know what that is. Changed the transistors out already, so it's building the extra power. And we did blue on everything in the front. Got the white LED in the meter. There's your CP1. There is the SP1A. They've both already been set up. Okay. Got your 10-turn clarifier in here. You go about 11 up and 11 down. Actually, you go a little more than, no, I'm all wrong. We're on 38. Let's go to 40. Okay, so you go 6.26 up. All right, let's get back down to 405. You're gonna love this 10-turn clarifier. All right, then we go about 6. Is it? No, we go about 7.4 down. So you go down a little more and you go up. Okay, most people when they go to the zero, they go down anyway, you know, instead of up. But you can get to the zero and adjust all around the zero there. Like I said, you're going to love this 10-turn clarifier. Right now I just got a knob on there for testing. Okay. That's AM, or no, that's lower side, that's AM, that's upper side. Upper, AM, lower. Now I got to touch lower up a little bit. Never fails. Okay, I need to get the front panel all done. And once I get the front panel all set up, I'll be back to show you how everything works. Okay, a couple of things I need to show you. Or actually, one thing I need to show you. This is your fan. Okay, it's lifted up off the surface of the top cover, and it pulls air up and vents through this, and also just circulates air around in the cabinet. Okay, it plugs in right there. Right, so if anyone works on the radio besides me, just make sure they know to not only unplug the speaker, but to also unplug the fan. Okay. Bill F. in Missouri. Lescom serial number. This is your SP1A switch. Down is off, up is on. This is talkback. Works just like it did on the front. You got an off position. That's the off position there. Okay. All right. See that tape on these feet? I've said that in other videos, but this is to protect the feet while I'm working on the radio. Okay. because those things break very easily. But when you get it, take the tape off. Don't leave the tape on there. It'll leave a residue on the cabinet. Okay? Alright. Okay, Bill, here it is. Got the silver bezel with a blue flame face. Okay, an all blue display. Well, I got a white LED in the meter because blue just doesn't look good in a black face meter. Okay, CSL function. We'll start with that. With CSL pushed in, see that little red LED light up right there? That's telling you that you're in the CSF position. Now what CSF stands for is channel selector function. With this guy pushed in, your channel selector becomes a band switch. And what that means is that every time you turn the channel selector, the radio jumps 45 channels. That's 450 kilohertz, which is equal to one band on an export radio. Okay? Each time I click the channel selector, it goes up 45. Now, what happened then is that it hit the top frequency, rolled over, back around to the bottom frequency. Okay, that's your bottom frequency there. One click counterclockwise, we're back at the top frequency. Okay, and then every time I click, we go 45 channels down because I'm turning it counterclockwise. It's either 45 channels up or 45 channels down. Okay. All right. Scan control. What you want to do is set the squelch. Volume and squelch is on one knob on this radio. Set your squelch to where it just barely squelches out the noise. Okay? Then either turn to the right to scan up or turn to the left to scan down. The radio starts doing that. Okay? Now when it stops on something, I'm going to open the squelch. It'll do that. Okay? So even if you don't have the volume turned up, you can tell the radio has stopped on something. Okay? You can turn the volume up and see what it stopped on. Alright, there's two ways you can make it continue on. Either squelch it higher or turn the channel selector one click in the direction that it was scanning. What that does is force it to the next channel, and if there's nothing on the next channel, then it will continue scanning. And vice versa. One click counterclockwise if you're scanning down. Alright? Just showing that it scans both directions. All right, now let's say you're up here listening, but all of a sudden you want to go to channel, channel 1. Okay, I've got channel 1 programmed in position A on the memory select. Switch this to A and hit the get button. Presto. Channel 1. Now, you notice there's a difference between this 6-digit out here, between the top of the radio and the bottom of the radio. Okay? Let me show you what I mean. Okay? Right there, we're rock steady on 6050. If I roll it back around this way, you notice it's blinking between 51, 50, sometimes 49. That's the 10.24 reference crystal that the PLL chip uses to space our channels 10 kilohertz apart. It's a divide by 1024, okay, for the channel spacing. So they use a 10.240 megahertz crystal. That causes your channel spacing to be even. Now on this radio, it's not that bad. Okay, as you can see, that's the top of the radio, and that's the bottom of the radio. Alright, that zero is pretty steady out there, and that's because I changed the components around the frequency circuit to make it more stable. Because if you don't, if you just got a stock 2547, it drifts like crazy. Okay. Now, to store a channel, let's say we want to store that channel in position B. Okay. Put your memory select in position B. Make sure you're on the channel you want to be on, and hit the store button. When you hit the store button, you'll see the channel display go out. That tells you that it's storing that frequency in that position. Alright, now, no matter where you go, okay, if you want to get back to channel 20, you put your memory select in that position, which we saved it in Bravo, and hit the get button. Now these are momentary switches, store and get. Punch the get button, you see the display go out, and presto, we're back on channel 20. Now if you just hold it in, it's just the display is just going to blink because it keeps trying to put it back in channel 20. Okay, but it's already there. Alright, what else do I need to show you? The rest of the controls are self-explanatory, except for this guy. Okay, with him pushed in, your fan turns on, and now the AD203 is active. Alright, anytime you have a DC cable plugged into the back of the radio, the AD203 has power going to it. What this guy does is enable the switching circuit, so that when you key the radio, it will key the amp. Alright? That's all that guy does. And when you turn off amp control, the fan cuts off too. You can hear it, I think. Yeah, you can hear that pretty good. Alright, 10-turn clarifier I've already showed you. Let's see, let's switch to AM and turn on the signal generator. Okay, my internal, I've got that connected, and alright, I gotta go in and readjust the meter, but I'll do that before I put the sticker on it. Now, there's a fuse on the amplifier. You have to change, if you have to change the fuse, if it blows a fuse, you have to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a pain in the butt, but that's what you have to do. Remember, when you go to take the cover off, unplug the speaker and also unplug the fan. And don't forget to plug them back up before you put the screws back in the cover. Okay, that's on AM. That's on lower side. Okay, the lower side band meter is adjusted correctly. That's the AM meter. I don't know how I missed that. Matter of fact, I know how I missed it. I got the knob in the wrong place. Dang it. That little washer fell out. I made damn sure I put all these washers back in here. Okay, you want them in there so they don't scuff up your decal, your brand new $40, $50 decal. Okay. Turn that signal generator off. I'm going to leave it internal. I've already showed you the output power. Now those transistors that are in there are special. If you ever lose one of them, you're going to have to send the radio back to me because I don't send out those transistors. Okay. They're a special transistor that I use just for these amplifiers to get the extra power out of it. I'm not going to share the number. And I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate mail for doing that. But I don't care. You know, I had to research it, look it up, and figure it out for myself. And if you're a decent technician, you can do the same thing. But it gives us about, I'd say 30 to 40 watts more output power, about 10 watts a transistor, okay, thereabouts, than what the stock AD203 transistors do. Okay, that's a nice radio. I'll go back in, make the adjustment on the S meter. I think that's all I've got left to do. And slap the warranty sticker on it and get it out of here. Now, you're getting a new power cable, DC power cable. This is a 12 gauge cable. It's made by Workman. Okay, you notice it's got a 10 amp in the positive and a 4 amp in the negative. If you blow the 10 amp fuse, which you just might, pick up a 15 amp and put in there. Okay. Matter of fact, I'll put you a 15 amp in there before I send it to you. You need a 15 to a 20 amp in there because the little amplifier pulls about 12 amps. No, I'm sorry. The amplifier and the radio together pull right at 14, 15 amps. So probably a 20 amp fuse. Okay, I'll put a 20 amp in there for you before I send it out. Alright, and I don't know why, but every time I put an AD203 in one of these radios, I get a lot of negative emails, you know, about the output power and, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And here lately I've been getting guys sending me things about other techs. Want me to, I guess, to talk about it or whatever, but I don't do that. And you guys have noticed on my channel, I don't talk down other people. I don't allow negative comments about other builders on my YouTube channel. Okay? I just don't believe in that. Alright? Unless the guy's a crook, and you'll know it if he's a crook. If you take your radio back to him after you've been cheated, then that's your fault. Okay? But if he's a crook, you'll know he's a crook. But most of the guys doing repair work on radios are just trying to earn a living. And I would say 90% of them do it to the best of their ability. Now, I'm not saying that their ability is top quality, but in their mind, they're doing it as good as they can. So I don't talk down anybody, okay? You got to have a lot of knowledge to be able to repair these. You got to have a lot of knowledge to be able to work on them, okay? Especially the ones with these new electronic circuits in them. All right. Okay, now you guys know why these cost so much, because of all the time and labor I have to put into them. This radio is blown completely apart. Okay, I make changes to the main board. I make changes to the board over here. In fact, the board that's over here gets moved down to the bottom. I build a new board. In fact, I've got some of them right here. Okay, see this section of board right here? That's the new volume and squelch control board along with the power switch. All on one board. I cut them apart as I need them. And put them on a dual switch assembly. with an on-off switch. I run the on-off power wires to this. I totally rewire the inside of the radio. Okay, with the LC6404, I've got a 10-pin, a 5-pin, a 10-pin, and then the 2 input-output 10 pins on the board that all have to be wired into the radio. So it takes a long time. I have to pull out the main display board, pull all the LEDs off of it, and that's a pain in the ass. If you haven't done it, you're in for a surprise if you ever decide to. Pull all the LEDs off. I have to re-drill this area where this 3-digit is. It used to be a 2-digit. I have to re-drill it to match the 3-digit display. Okay. I had a piggyback board. And then replace all of these LED displays with the new blue LED displays. Okay, not only that, but I have to remove all of the red indicators behind this panel and replace them all with blue indicators. Alright, rewire these controls, add the 10-turn clarifier, which means I have to drill out the chassis. I add the echo control. The echo board is mounted right here in the back. All of this stuff takes time. Like I said, I have to completely disassemble the radio. Take the covers off, take the sides off, take the back off, take the front off. I totally disassemble the front, unplug all the wires from the radio, take it off, rebuild everything in the front, and then reassemble it. That's why I charge so much for these radios, because it takes so much time to build them. But I think you'll agree with me, when it's done, it's really, really nice. Okay, Bill, I sure hope you enjoy your new radio. It was my pleasure to build it for you. 7-3, everybody.